Are you bullish on crypto or technology?
I am bullish in the sense that I think the greatest fortunes are made when people go against conventional wisdom. Now, who knows where crypto is going to be, but right now crypto has been beaten down dramatically. Probably if you go into this, and not just crypto itself, but I've invested personally in the companies that surround the industry, not just the cryptocurrencies themselves, but companies that service the industry.
You mean like the Coinbases?
Those type of companies. They have not actually done that well lately. They've been hurt by crypto decline, but in time, I think the industry is not going away. Members of Congress are not going to push to regulate this industry unduly, in my view. The crypto constituency is very strong in Congress. They tend to be very Republican, very libertarian, and very willing to spend money on lobbying. I interviewed somebody the other day, Sam Bankman-Fried, who you probably have interviewed as well, and he spends a fair amount of time in Washington, puts a fair amount of money into political contributions, and I just think the industry is not likely to be soft in terms of its dealing with members of Congress. They're going to be fairly aggressive, and I think members of Congress are probably going to react by not pushing the regulators to do more than they're already doing.
I think Bitcoin's around 40,000, that we're going to probably see it get cut in half and then some. And then we reiterated that recently. So, I could easily see it falling down to 15,000. Again, this is not a long-term view on Bitcoin at all. It's purely a cyclical view with the realization that it's trading exactly like the market today. So until we see a bottom in the economy, I don't think we're going to see a bottom in Bitcoin.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And we have David Rubenstein on CNBC. Says that he thinks that crypto is not going anywhere. Guys, we know for a fact it's not going anywhere. It's for the fourth industrial revolution that these guys are building. And we see how the media plays the Hegelian dialectic. So therefore the masses stay undecisive. So therefore they won't invest. And he talks about the bank man. And the bank man is staying in Congress because we know they're trying to push the agenda. We know how they pay off the politicians. So therefore they're nothing but puppets. And the start of this year, I told you that Bitcoin was going to take a dip. I said the low would be around 14,000. We saw stocks and cryptos get pumped over the last 2 years. And it all came from the Fed's money printing. And now that the Fed is shrinking, and we have the media saying they're going to pivot and cut rates. But guys, we know they're going to crush this economy. They have to destroy the legacy market in order to give the fourth industrial revolution rise. And that's the reason why stocks and cryptos have not bottomed yet. We know the Fed wants to bring in the robots, algorithms, and drones while the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Some thoughts on the correlation with technology, which has recently been pretty high.
Yeah, it's been very high, right? So Bitcoin correlation with the NASDAQ is somewhere around 60%. Ethereum correlation with the NASDAQ is somewhere around 70% for the rolling 30 days, last 30 days. So it's effectively acting, crypto in itself is acting like a 2x levered triple Q ETF. And I think there's some nuance here in that, one, Bitcoin itself is not a tech stock. It is definitively an alternative currency. It is digital gold, and you need it when your country destroys its currency like a lot of people are doing today, or a lot of governments are doing today. Ethereum, on the other hand, can be somewhat thought of as a tech stock because it is going to disrupt a lot of what tech stocks are doing today. And to the extent that it takes daily active users away from places like Twitter and Facebook and Google and all of that, I do think there is something to be said for Ethereum being a tech stock. But in general, I don't think crypto really bottoms until it breaks that correlation. Because otherwise, why do I need it except for levered play on that? It's probably more a sell the news, right? I mean, which is maybe not that intuitive, because in crypto, you generally want to buy the news. But everybody has been buying Ethereum because they're going into this merge, and now you're going to get a so-called yield. And just so you know, it's not really a yield. You're just getting your inflation rewards back. So it's kind of offsetting the inflation in the currency. It's not really a yield. So I think, if anything, there's probably a higher potential for a sell the news event going into the merge. And, you could also have a technical glitch. Not only could there be a technical glitch, but there's a lot of questions about what the apps are going to do if Ethereum splits again. So remember, you could have a chain fork, and you could have now not one, two, but three different Ethereums. And then what does your D app go on, and what does it play on? So I think there's more risk to the Ethereum merge than people are giving credit for.
And we know never to listen to CNBC. We have Brian Kelly on Ethereum. Guys, we know when it comes to the main utility tokens, they're going to pump and dump. Because Ethereum merge is coming up, yes, it received a pump. It got a pullback. And the only thing you have to do is keep up with CME Ethereum futures. Guys, that's the reason why I go over all these indicators. So therefore, you can see the manipulation for yourself. Cryptos and stocks are ran by an algorithm. And remember, the crypto teacher told you.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.